Hello and welcome to another Wineword Italy review. Today I am very pleased for two reasons. One, this is the first time since the rigours of winter that I've been able to come out of the house to do the review. As you can see, I'm sitting in the front of the barn. And number two, perhaps more importantly, I am very pleased to be tasting three wines. Today, not from Italy, so Wineword is going international. But from Spain. They were sent to me by sellers Scala Dei in Priorat in Catalonia. Wine has been produced in this area for nearly 900 years. Carthusian monks founded the monastery of Santa Maria de Scala Dei in 1163 and brought vines with them. And the name Priorat comes from the word prior, the head monk. The Scala Dei winery is actually in farm buildings formerly used by the Carthusian monks. The company specialises in red wine production, of which these are three, and it owns 90 hectares of vineyards, 70% of which are Garnatxa Negra. Now, I don't speak Spanish, I don't speak Catalan, but that's what they're called. The remaining plants in the vineyards are Cabernet Sauvignon and Syrah. So, without any more ado, let's start with the first wine. The first bottle is a Scala Dei Negre 2010 DOC Priorat. So just have a look at the labelling there. Very beautiful label on the bottom there with the Priorat certification on. So let's get this one open and think a little bit about what goes in here. It's a Garnatxa Negra plus Syrah and Cabernet Sauvignon blend. The grapes originate on 15 to 25-year-old vines, and they are grown between 500 and 800 metres above sea level, so quite a high altitude, but bearing in mind it's in the sheltered side of Spain, not too high. They are harvested and collected in small boxes, the grapes being carefully checked. All unripe or overripe grapes are removed before the fermentation starts. That's done at temperature control of 24 to 26 degrees centigrade. So, this one, as I said, it's a 2010, a relatively young wine, but I am assured by the makers that it is absolutely ready to drink. So, let's pop some in the glass and see what we're getting. And yes, the colour, my goodness, it's a young, fresh-looking colour. Look at that. Let's get some white up there. You can see the colour, I hope. There we go. It's a bright kind of cherry red and a purpley, almost a bluish hint around the edges there. It's a very, very lively, young colour. If you can see that, I hope you can. And as soon as I poured that, I got a wonderful scent as well. So let's get the nose in and see what it's all about. Oh. I'm in for a treat. This is the youngest of the three wines I've got here, so let's see what we've got. It's first thing, fresh, ripe fruit, berry fruits, and there's certainly a slight minerally hint in the background there. The soils are very particular in this area. I believe they're slaty, shaly, and there's a sort of mineral effect in the nose as well, so splendid. I mean, you can probably see the alcohol arcing nicely up the glass there. It's not a light wine, we're talking 14.5%, so it's a go steady drink. Let's get the taste going. Cin-cin, here we go. Well, that, as they say, is something else. It's fresh. The fruit are there, sort of blueberries, maybe red currants. Reminds me of the currants we used to find by the River Spey in Scotland when I used to go fishing there with my father many, many moons ago. It's a fresh, sharp taste, wide awake taste of late summer in Scotland. Very rounded, and considering it's so young, it's got quite a good length on the taste as well. It doesn't fade away to nothing. Okay, know what you're interested in. What am I going to have this with? Well, grilled meat, fine. Cured ham. Why not try some Iberian high quality cured ham with this? Cold meats in general, or as a lot of my viewers are in Italy, it would go perfectly with a meat-based pasta dish. So there we are, wine number 1 from Scala Dei Negre 2010, Priorat DOQ. Okay, DOQ, not DOC. And a splendid start. Cin-cin. So, moving up the age scale, the next bottle is a Scala Dei Priorat 2008. Now this one, as you can see, I've already opened it about an hour ago. Just popped the cork in there now because I'm outside. I didn't want any bugs dropping in there before I get to taste it. And I've given it a bit of air. It's 45% of Garnatxa Negra. I'm still not sure about that pronunciation. Somebody I'm sure will put me right. 15% Catalonia, 20% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 10% of this is Syrah. The vines, again, are older than last time. They're 35 to 60-year-old vines, grown in the typical Priorat costas, 500 to 800 metres above the sea. After selection and fermentation, at a controlled temperature, the wine is aged in oak barrels, the majority of which, 80%, are French. The remaining 20% come from America for about 1 year. It's then bottled and aged for a minimum of 1 year before going on sale. So it's come quite a long way. Let's put some in the glass and see what it's all about. And a totally different colour. Look at that. There we go. Let's see that there. What have we got? It's a deep ruby red here, and the aging, the barrel aging there coming out quite well in the colour, especially around the edges. Look at that, it's got a hint of garnet about it. It's not browning yet, there's not a real brick red about it, but it's certainly heading towards the garnet. So doesn't look so fresh, and it's certainly the way it's moving in the glass there. It seems heavier, more mature. Let's get the nose in. Ooh. I haven't had lunch yet. My mouth is watering. What can I say? Fruit, fruit, and more fruit. There are blackberries. Again, I'm going back to Scotland. My goodness, what a memory run this is today. Wild strawberries, again, picked by the Spey, or even picked blueberries. Almost. And a warm spice coming through from the barrels. They've added their magic touch. Oh, splendid. Right, don't waste time, let's taste it. Cin-cin! And that's altogether so much smoother than the fresh young wine we just had there. It's got more body to it. The darkness of the fruits coming through, and certainly the warmth. The warmth of the barrels is there too. Warm spices, verging towards vanilla, that kind of thing. My goodness. Again, it's 14.5%. so it's a go steady. What could we have it with? Well, it's a little bit more mature, maybe a stew, or a casserole, a meaty casserole. But according to the producers, it goes equally well with cream cheese, creamy cheese, or again, those fantastic quality Spanish or Iberian generally cured meats. Or great with a barbecue. Why not? Take it out on the terrace. Have a lovely sunny Sunday barbecue and a bottle or two of this. So there it is. Bottle number 2 for today. The 2008 Scala Dei Priorat DOQ Priorat. Dark fruity. Go well with meat. Go well with a stew. Try some. Cin-cin. Wonderful. And last, but hopefully not least, from Scala Dei is their Cartoixa 2006 DOC Priorat. I've cut the top ready to draw the cork. There's the labelling, again with the Priorat DOQ confirmation certification on the bottom. Okay, what's this one? Well, it's another blend. 4 varieties: Garnatxa Negra 40%, Catalonia 20%, 25% rather, Syrah 10%, and the remaining 25 good old Cabernet Sauvignon. Selected grapes from the finest vineyards were fermented separately in small stainless steel or cement tanks at controlled temperature. 3 weeks of maturation gives the wine maximum body. After fermentation, the wine was aged for 14 months minimum in fine French oak barrels, some American again, and then bottle matured for a further minimum of 1 year. Okay, so let's pop it open and see what we have. And that slid out very nicely. I'm seriously considering moving to Spain on the basis of these wines. My word. Okay, enough said. Let's go on. Pop some in the glass. Let's get a look at the colour. And then let's get in there. Here we go. Cartoixa 2006. There's the colour. Okay, it's beautiful. It's a deep, dark, dense, cherry red, really. But it's still got a hint of violet. There's it around the edges there. Look, it's a lighter colour. So youth is not really present. I mean, it's been in these grapes were harvested 5.5 years ago, but still a sort of young edge to the colour, and the alcohol is positively pouring down the glass. This one comes in at a monster 15%. So please, if you get this one, sip it. Don't glug it. Okay, it's a wine to be savoured, not sloshed. Okay, let's get the nose in. Now the alcohol is not overpowering. The first hit I got there wasn't alcohol. It was ripe plums. Or even to match the colour, dark cherries, really mature, really, really ripe. Overripe blackberries, the few that fall off in the middle of the season, which came first and you missed, and they're now on the floor, starting to almost to ferment, and that's the sensation there. Absolutely delicious nose. Okay, so let's get the taste going. What's in here? Cin-cin. Mature tannins. It's smooth. It's full of dark fruit. hint there as well. Again, the soil of Priorat features more than slightly in the taste of the wine. And a lovely warm aftertaste that goes on. The fruit, the tannins, they're all there. Wonderful. All it's a round feeling, you know. It's almost a sort of like a globe. Oh, marvelous. But like I say, don't glug it, because certainly if you've got to drive home, let somebody else do the driving while you enjoy the wine, because it really is a force to be reckoned with. You don't want to be reckoning with the forces of law and order. Okay, so there it is, wine number 3. Cartoixa, if my pronunciation is anywhere near correct. I'm trying to think, Don Quixote was what I was told to pronounce the letter X in Spanish, but if you do speak Spanish, please, please, please let me know, because I'm always ready to learn. 2006 from Scala Dei. A lovely, smooth, warm, dark fruit, ripe fruit concoction. Splendid with, what do we think? Venison stew. Venison stew, grilled meats generally, or a casserole, but there it is. Once again, thank you very much to the good people at Scala Dei for sending these to me. My first voyage outside Italy on this channel. So to all of you in Spain, and if there are any more producers who want to send me wine, I would be happy to taste them. Cin-cin, and I'll see you very soon again on Wineword Italy Reviews. Bye-bye.